Hi all, welcome back to the basic VBA learning session. In this video, we are going to learn variable and make sure should we will understand this variable very well because it is very important chapter of coding, any type of coding. This variable plays a very big role in programming. So without wasting time, let me move to the VBA editor. And I have already saved this file in VBA compatible format. So Alt F11 to go to the VBA editor. And by the way, if you like my video, please share, like, and if you want, you can post comment as well. And please subscribe my channel as well. Share the module, rename it, we know how to do it, and what are the limitations and restrictions for it above. Okay. So first thing, if you understand what the variable. The variable is just you can say one type of container where you can store a value at the time. Store a single value at a time. So it can hold any specific value for a time period. So now, variable we understood that variable is a container where we can store a value. Now, can we store any kind of value? Yes, we can store any kind of value. Any kind of thing. In fact, better to say any kind of thing we can. But how? There are two types of variables. Okay, major. So, types of variable. Types of variable. Types of variable. Number one is normal variable. And number two is object variable. Okay. Now, first, what is normal variable? Normal variable where we are going to store like string, characters, then normal integer, I mean numeric value, name, those type of variable, which we can say that normal value we are going to. So, and where normal variable, types of normal variable is string. String, we apart from numeric value, we can store everything string. Then for numeric one, we have integer, we have long, we have double quotes. So you can say that for the integers, why so many? We'll understand in a bit. Why the integer, long and double, all are for the numeric value, and there is string for why? We'll understand it. Okay, that's. And for the object variable, okay, let's discuss it first, then we'll come to the object. So understand first, sub string variable. So what is a string variable, Hunt? And before that, going to the variable, few things we need to tools to use variable. This is very important. We need to follow some certain rules to use a variable as per the standardized process. When you will do the programming for your company, you need to follow some standardized process. So declaration. First is declaration is mandatory. So if you don't declare uh, code, one variable, you will not be able to write the code. Yes, you can write. But best practice is declare the variable. Okay? First is declare the variable. Second is declare the variable at the start of the program. You need to declare the variable at the start of the program. That is a very mandatory. Okay. So the thing we need to, these two steps we need to follow very properly. And what is a declaring procedure? So what is what we need to follow for declare one variable? First, the keyword we need to use the dim, then variable name, then as, and then data type. Okay. So for an example, we are handling with string. So dim, for an example, I am giving one name. I'm giving the name as, and then I'm using another variable, declaring another variable like age as integer. Okay. So I have declared the variable. Now we need to assign some, because if I run this value right now, it's blank and age is 0. So the second thing is for string, the default value is blank. Okay. And for integer, so all the integer type, not integer type, numeric type, double, long, default value will be 0. Okay. Default value is 0. Okay, like this. So here we need to assign the value. And how to assign? Keep the variable on the left hand side and is equal to, and then pass the value. For an example, here it is string. We need to pass the value in double quote. For an example, Ankita. And age, we need to do the same way. We need to keep it on the left side and is equal to. Then we need to pass the value, for an example, 23. So we have assigned the value. So now just let me run it one by one. Now if I mouse over on the variable, we can see the value. So this is another learning, that if you, after executing the code, if you mouse over on the variable, you can see what the value containing in that variable. So name is Ankita, and just mouse over, it is age. Okay, it is 20. Now see, when it is Ankita, it is in double quote. That means it is string. And when it's age, it is 23 only. That means it is numeric. Got it? So that's the way to understand this. Now we will put this variable in our somewhere in the worksheet. So let me use that with uh, worksheet. Sorry, not worksheet. With sheet one, right? Sheet one. And in so now dot range a1 dot value is equal to, then I need to write the variable name. That's all. And dot range 1 dot value equal to, now take the age and take here. So just need to write the variable name. So we check it. So now the name is Ankita and this age, and now see there is nothing in the if. Name is there, age is there, but it is working. But we know we should not use this one. We don't do this type of coding, right? We learned that if we are writing this type of code, so we will be using one. Then we'll put array and then age, the variable name. Okay, will it work? Check. Obviously, it will work. Must work. There. So this is how to handle the form variable. Now, just we should use sub. We'll do a testing with the numeric variables. So just test. So here, let me just here you can see that I have given the name very uh, significant name. When in the variable I am storing the name, I am given the name as name and then age. So whenever already I have told you that whenever giving any name, the name should be significant. So here as well. So if you're giving the variable name, that should be now. But here I'm just for testing, I'm giving a this normal name. A is I'm giving integer as integer, then dim as long, dim C as uh, double. Now what are the now just let me assign some values, all are numeric value. So A is equal to 100, B is equal to 100, and C. So if I'm executing it, see all the variables is getting A is 100, B is 100, C is 100. What's the difference? Because it is all storing the same, working like so. Now just let me increase the value like 45,000. Okay. Now okay. Now let me run this. Overflow. That means integer is integer. Integer can't hold that much value. So there is one limitation. Integer is having a limitation up to that. It had to 35,000 or something. Up to that only an integer can store. Remove this. It work for other is long is taking and double is also both of them. But A can't take this method. If you have kind of, if you know that value can be a bigger, so it's better to use long and double. Okay. But what are the difference between long and double as well? long and double. Now let me increase the value, right? Here it works. I'm just commenting this because we know that it's not going to work for the integer. See, overflow. So long is also having convolution. It is around 35 lakh something. I forgot the exact amount, but if it is a very bigger amount, bigger, then you know that you can't use the walk. Then need to use double. Okay, then only double. So this. So you can say whatever. Then I'll use double only so that everything it can store a minimum value and maximum value. So why I use integer and log? Always use double. You can use, but there is a problem when you do bigger form, and obviously it will not pass the standardization, because as per standardization, whenever declaring a value, it is occupying some space in memory, and integer is minimum value, long occupies little bit bigger space than integer, and double higher space among those two. So if you are unnecessarily declaring the double where it is not declared, so it will be a problem for the standardization. So as per standardization, you should do coding in such a way it should occupy as minimum as space, memory space. Unnecessarily, it will increase the processing time. Okay. From that point of view, because here we are using this one, two variables, but when you do the bigger program, you need to use the variables. So it obviously creates some problem. So that's the first thing. Now, uh, you obviously use as per the requirement which type of variable you require. Now coming to the second. Now let me increase it, change the value like this. What is another problem? Yes. Let me see what it is. Now it is, see, 1.5, but it's converted to p 1.5 is converted. That means integer and long rounding of the figure. It's not accepting as it is. That means it can't have the decimal value. See, the double can have the decimal value. It is containing 1.5 as it is. So another feature of the double is it can have the decimal value. Okay, but other two, it long and integer can't have decimal value. So wherever you require the double decimal values, you require the uh, the double variable type. Okay. These are the requirements. So this is the another difference of this integer or data type. And now, so I think you have understood this type, normal variable, concept of normal variable. Now moving to the object variable. Now object, what is the object variable? What are the object variables? So object variables are like all type of objects, which like one range. Range can be one cell or multiple cells. Range is an object. One worksheet is an object, and one workbook is an object. One pivot is an object. One chart is an object. So those are like range, worksheet, workbook, then chart, keyword, all are all comes all are under will be treated as object variable. How to handle that? So sub object variable. Okay. So let me declare this. For example, first we'll take one range. Let me name the RNG as range. Okay. So whenever I have declared as previous, so after that we have assigned the value. So let me first check what is a default value for one object variable. As executed is nothing. It's called nothing. So all object variable. So object variable default value nothing. Okay. What is the default value? That is nothing. Okay, that is in other word when you are working with the SQL server or something, it is called null. Here it is called nothing. Okay, so it is nothing for our. Okay. Now, like that, where how we have assigned the value, can we do the same thing here? Check. Sorry, and is equal to now range. I'm giving that sheet one dot range. Give that a1 dot cell. So let first execute. What's the thing? Now see what is it saying that object variable or with block variable is not set. So that means variable is not set. So here you need to understand and remember one thing. Like normal variable, object variable, for the object variable, we can't assign the value like this way. Assign the value in the object variable, we need to use the keyword set. That then only we can work with. Now see if I'm hitting F8, sorry. Sorry. What I have done, I have written here value. We can't assign value. We need to pass the object. If I'm writing value, that means it is for normal variable. Got it? We need to pass an object. So we need to pass one range. This is range. This is when if I writing the dot value, that means it is a normal thing, is an integer or some variable. Numeric value we are going to pass, but it is range. It is range. We need to pass one object. That is A1 sheet one. A1 is one range. We need to pass that thing. Okay, we can't pass the value. Now see, execute it. But let me clear it first. Right. So now see, can you see anything? When in previous I was mousing over that, it was saying showing the Ankita, the value of that. But what I passed in that range, are we able to see that thing? No. So how can I understand that what is contained in the range? What is the address? Because here for the range it will be one address. What is the address it's containing in that? Can you see like a mouse with the mouse thing over? No. How to check that? Then let me close it. We have that immediate finger. from where we can get, go to the view, and from there immediate window or control G. This window required to check the variables. Now how to check that? Copy the, start with the asking mark, put the variable name. Then what I need to do? We need to, this is range. So what it can have? It can have a one address. Then write that add, see address is there. So then hit enter, will get containing A1. That's the way we check it. Got it? So this is a way to check the variable, what is a variable is containing. Okay. And by the way, for an example, let's see if some value, if I have something is written here, and in that scenario, if I am writing, if I want to check the value, if you do the mouse over, in that case value we can see, but the object variable need to check, value is not required to check, what the passing where that needs to be checked. For that thing, if you want to check the value, that also you can do it for any variable, like start and do, and then if you hit enter, you can have that. So see the value directly. But for the object variable, we need to have this. So for this, as this is range, we need to have the address. So we'll check for the address in with the asking mark here. So now, for an example, I am writing range dot value is equal to welcome. So in the same range where now we are using the variable then and using the network, see is there. Got it? That's a way to handle the object. Now do another testing with another object variable. So sub sheet variable. Now we are using, we'll take one, I am giving the name SHD. We are going to have one worksheet variable. Then worksheet, you have worksheet. Okay, this is worksheet is an object variable. So assign the value to the worksheet. We need the set keyword. It is an object variable. Put that and then equal to what I need to do. Then I need to pass. Then why I need to pass one object, not value. So then I am passing sheet one. So sheet one is an object that is on worksheet. Now if you say I'll pass one range, will it work? No, it will not work because I have considered this variable as worksheet. Then only worksheet we need to pass, else it will give an error. Okay, if I, for an example, range like previous one I'm giving A1, so this is on object, will it work? No, it will. See, it will not work. This type mismatch, because we have what the type we have decided. We have decided the worksheet type, data type. So it is type mismatch. So it will not work. We need to pass whatever we have declared. Okay. So now see, it is working. Now same problem. We can't see the value. To see the value, but this is worksheet. Worksheet is not going to have any address. Which worksheet will have name. How to check that? Then this variable dot name. See, now it is showing it. This way from immediate window, that is a way use of immediate window. We can check the values of the variable in base. Okay, it is very useful window. In future, we'll record it several times. Check the value and whenever with the bigger program, we need to while checking and doing the testing. So this is the way and the object variable. So and but I start of the video I told you that you can write the code without declaring the program. As though those are not standardized and not recommendable coding standard, but you can do that. Now assume but doing a bigger program where you are using lots of variables like number of n number of variables. Is it may possible that you forget to declare one variable. It may possible. So how you are going to can you identify or do something by which or do something which will not allow you to write the program without declaring a program? Yes, we can do it. How? Then just write option explicit. You write this. It is several times you may ask in interview what is option explicit. Now option explicit. It is it will not allow you to execute the program without declaring the variable. If there is any variable which is not declared in that program, it will not allow you to write the execute the program, not write the program, execute program. Like see, when let me just comment this. So assume that I have not declared this program and I have declared option X. Okay, and then let me run it. See, variable not defined. That means if you write the option explicit, you must declare the program. Must declare the variable. Now you can write it. And variable, so this work. So declaring the variable and in the same module. For every module, you need to declare the option explicit and separate. So it is valid for this module only. If you are adding any other module, there also you need to declare the option explicit. So this way, so this is the importance of option explicit, where you need to declare the option. It will to follow the standardize of the code. It is mandatory. Okay. So whenever this is a major thing, a major understanding of the variables, we need to work with those things. Okay. As we go in later examples, we'll understand very well. We'll use and handle those variables practically. But this is a concept and understanding of variable, and this is a very important part, which is option explicit. Please remember that thing as well. Okay, that's all for this video. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.